So we just learned about Power Query Editor. In Power Query Editor, we added our first cleaning and transformation step. So let's understand now what is Power Query Editor. If we have loaded data in Power BI desktop, how to go back to Power Query Editor for further cleaning and transformation. Within Home tab in Power BI desktop, transform data is given. Sometimes we might directly click on load data, and then later we want to add cleaning and transformational steps in our data set. So how we can go to Power Query Editor for cleaning? When we hover our mouse, we can read this instruction. Use the Power Query Editor to connect, prepare, and transform data. Let's click here, and once we click here, Power Query Editor will open. Now, what is Power Query Editor? Power Query Editor is the ETL tool. What is ETL? ETL is extract, transform, and load. That's the full form of ETL. Now, what is extract? Our data was available in one of the data source. We extracted data from there, and now data is available in Power BI. And then here in Power Query Editor, we are going to clean and transform our data. And once the data is transformed, we are going to load this data in Power BI desktop. So this is what ETL is: extract, transform, and load. Why we loaded our data here in Power Query Editor? We may have some duplicates, we may have some unnecessary data which is not going to be utilized. We may have unnecessary columns. We might want to clean up our table name, our column header name. We may have some additional rows, blank rows, or maybe there may be some errors. So we want to add all those cleaning and transformational steps. And to do all those cleaning, we loaded our data in Power Query Editor. In real world, you will not find always a very clean or organized data set. Most of the time, we will have to spend a lot of time in cleaning and transformation. So in data visualization, when we will be working on Power BI, most of our time we will spend on cleaning and transformation. If something goes wrong here, we can expect some unexpected result. So it's very important to clean and transform data, because once data is cleaned and transformed, then only we can expect desirable results. So now let's proceed further and let's discuss about product table. So in product table, we can see these nulls. Now, what are these nulls? Why we are seeing these nulls? These nulls are actually blank cells. Let's open our data source file. This is our data source Excel file, Global Superstore data set. If we go to product table, everything looks very organized in Excel. But when we load this data in Power BI, then we might not see this as an organized data set. So why we see those nulls? It is because these are some of the blank cells available. Even this is also merged cell. So even Power BI will not recognize any merged cell or merged rows or merged area. It will just see those blanks as null value. If we delete these values from here, from this data set, then everywhere Power BI will show us as null. So the blank cells in our data source are going to be seen as null value. Now we have to deal with those because they are going to interfere in visualization. Let's go back to Power BI desktop. And from here, Power Query Editor. Let's delete these useless rows. So these top two useless rows, which has null values, and then third row has header. So we need to promote these headers. Now, two transformational steps. One is we need to first delete these useless rows, and then we need to promote this header. So this feature within Home tab is given remove rows. Let me click here. And once we click here, this menu will appear wherein we have multiple options. We can remove top rows. We can remove bottom rows. We can remove alternate rows. Even we can remove duplicates. We can remove even blank rows as well. And if there is any error, we can remove those as well. Sometimes there are some additional notes given. For example, when we get data from someone, below data set, below tables, there are some notes given. All data source is given in our data source file or Excel file. Those bottom rows needs to be removed. Sometimes there may be multiple blank rows in between. Right now, we can see there are only top two rows which has null values, but sometimes there may be multiple blank rows. So we can remove all those blank rows. Sometimes we are going to add some calculations directly in Power Query Editor. And if there are any errors, or when we get data from a source and there are some errors, those errors can be removed. So this is the menu. According to this data set, what is a requirement? A requirement is we want to remove these top two useless rows. And for that, we are going to use the very first option, remove top rows. And once we click on remove top rows, this dialog box will appear wherein we need to specify how many rows to remove from top. We need to remove top two rows. We can see 1 and 2. These are the top useless rows which can be removed. So let's mention those number of rows here and then we can click OK. This is going to remove those rows. Now we need to observe here on applied steps. Whatever steps we are going to add, those steps are going to be stated here. For example, we just remove these top rows and this is available here. At any point of time we want to delete, we can delete it. Now, the next transformational step is we want to promote header, which is available in this row. Let's use first row as header. And once we do this, now we can see our table has proper headers and there is no null value. We can use these scrollers to scroll towards right and to scroll down. So this will allow us to see the data. So we have started cleaning and transformation. Power Query Editor helps us in cleaning and transformation. Now, let's do some more cleaning. We just saw how to promote headers or how to use first row as header. Now, how to change table name, how to rename a column. So let's learn these two, cleaning and transformation. So customer table. So table, we want to correct this name. Table is not a good name. Like this is not any value. It's always a best practice, a good idea to use descriptive name for tables if any abbreviated names are used. So there are two ways. Either we can simply double click and now we can see this is an edit mode, or we can also edit table name or query name from here. Let's just remove this part. This is customer query. Date, this is all fine. Order details, this is a sales table. So let's rename it as sales details. Then product table, we need to remove this table part and just hit enter. Finally, sales representative table, we can remove this. We have cleaned or we've added better names. We have removed any additional names given along with our queries. Now, how we can rename our headers or title? For example, sales details. So sales details, this is customer ID, this is order ID, this is market. So these titles are given here. If we need to rename any of these, we need to simply double click here. For example, this is unit sold. Quantity is unit sold. We can replace it with unit sold. These are number of the units sold. So we can rename a column. Simply double click and rename that column. If we don't want to use this step at any point of time, we feel like, no, this was not a correct step. We need to delete this step. We can cross it out. And once we cross it out, we can see the original result. Similarly, in all the tables, we can see applied steps are added. Some of these steps are added by Power BI automatically. Some of these steps which we added, all those are recorded in applied steps. So this is like undo. We can undo, but for redo, we have to do it manually. Once we have deleted those last steps, we have to perform those steps manually. So undo is allowed, but redo is not allowed in Power Query Editor. And we won't be able to use those keyboard shortcuts, which usually we can use in Excel or PowerPoint.